Hello again, and welcome back to Educator.com's Introduction to PHP course. In today's lesson, we're going to be introducing some more conditional control structures. In particular, we're going to be introducing the else if and the switch statement. So as mentioned, we're going to introduce the control structure that's called an else if statement, which is actually used in combination with an if statement, which we've already learned about. We're going to learn about a switch statement, which allows you to evaluate different statements based on the value of a certain variable. And we're going to talk about something known as the default case, which applies to switch statements. And then we're just going to quickly go over coding conventions as it relates to these two types of control structures we're introducing. So basically, an else if statement is a conditional control structure that you can associate to an if statement, like an else statement that we had learned about. The difference between an else and an else if statement, and one thing I should mention again is that an else if statement is technically not a statement as far as PHP goes, but that's commonly what it's referred to. The difference between an else and an else if statement is that the else if the true condition, if the test condition for the if statement is false, the else if statement has another test condition that it evaluates, and it only evaluates its code segment if that is true. So for example, this is an example of an if statement combined with an else if statement. So here we have if and then test condition 1. If test 1 is true, the if statement group gets executed and execution continues down at the bottom. Now if this test condition equals false, instead of going down to an else statement, we go down to an else if statement, and basically this provides another test that we evaluate. And then this section associated with the else if statement only gets executed if test 2 is equal to true. So basically it allows us a way to add another test to another test condition to decide what type of code or which section of code to evaluate on. So again, this section is only going to get evaluated if test 1 from the if statement was false and then test 2 was equal to true.